Hello and welcome to Fayfinders, a Dungeons and Dragons podcast navigating listeners into the vague and supernatural. My name, I think I did do Russian because I called people comrade. My name is Comrade, actually, Elizabeth, and I will be your dungeon master for Campaign Island. And with me is the stupendous Sam.
Привет, как дела?
We definitely done this because I called you Comrade Kai instead of. We're still gonna keep going. The astounding Austin.
Hello.
The amazing Monsieur.
Da.
The radical Rachel.
Hi.
And last but not least, the kill Kai.
I suck at accents. So, yeah.
Same. I am just a weirdo that likes to mimic people like Bird. Now let us return to the island. So last time, a lot happened. You started to deal with the death of Adrian Van Duren, in kind of your different ways. I mean, Annabelle went to go visit Fred. Oko had to be there to prepare the body. Styx was putting a lovely basket together with her family. And Ari was mostly just at home dealing with their awkward mom. So you guys ended up going to the funeral home where Samuel and Oko work, and were able to take a look at the body and noticed that Adrian had sort of filed down teeth to look like they were fangs, as well as Morgana had noted that the soul was ripped out of the body. After that, you guys went outside and you all got to meet Annabelle's little friend, the little tree person.
Yes.
It was so cute, and brought you to these sort of forest people. There's other people on the island, and they brought you to their village, and they brought you to meet Thetis. And you were just about to sit down and have a discussion with Thetis, and that's where we left you.
Alright. Thetis at last said, yes, we should talk about it, so I'm not sure how to, start this back up.
It was mostly yes, let's talk. It's just, I need to end the episode. And I need to also close my window, so you can ask a question, and then I'll edit out the space in between.
Alright. So, okay, Thetis, so you obviously know what's going on. So, how do we not start the apocalypse?
Well, it's inevitable. It's a prophecy. I mean, oracles back in the day spoke of many, and this was one that had been yet to be fulfilled.
Okay, so you're basically saying that the recreation in the world, in someone's view, is inevitable.
It's inevitable. The words of the prophecy will happen.
Okay.
What that looks like, we have to wait.
Then I guess my question is, how do the five of us take over as the prophecy bringers, where we decide how the world gets reshaped, instead of the five other people that are showing up on the island that we don't want here?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, does the prophecy say that the prophecy doesn't state who rebuilds the world.
That's true. It's just, I guess we were under that impression because Merlin said that these 5 people, like, tied themselves to the prophecy to make it so that they were the ones that would be in control. Because now Merlin's on the island, too.
Yes, he's an old coot. He's been in that tower for years. It's just... I just leave him be. He's... be crazy somewhere else. But... it's more so... these people tied themselves to this prophecy so that it would happen. It doesn't necessarily say who rebuilds the world, but being a part of the prophecy gives them that leverage.
I see.
They have a better chance at doing it.
So, is it someone who's tied to the prophecy that has to end up reshaping the world? Or could we go find, I don't know, like 5 random people and say, what do you want? And then they get to rebuild the world.
Not even I know what the fates have planned. It is sort of out of a god's reach.
And I'm guessing you can't just, like, you know, send a letter to the fates and be like, hey, how's it going? Like, wondering if you could tell me how this ends. I'm guessing that's a little too easy.
I don't think even they know. I mean, they know when to cut the strings, it's just a feeling, but it's not until things happen when they know. So maybe they do, maybe they don't, but that is not for any of us to control. We can only control what has yet to be set in stone.
Okay. So what do we do then? You're supposed to be this all-powerful god, and, like, I really appreciate you and everything. I'm not trying to sound ungrateful here. It's just, like, if you think about it, like, I'm still a teenager. I haven't even graduated yet, and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to be ending the world, and, like, there's all this responsibility on my shoulders, and there's people that, like, don't want it to end, and the people that do want it to end, and apparently now it's gonna end no matter what. So, like, how do we get the best outcome here? What do we do? Do you have any wisdom for us?
Don't fight the prophecy. Follow it. See where it leads you. Take the opportunities you get. I mean, I do hope that you don't destroy the world and rebuild it in the council's image. That is my hope, but there's no stopping it. There's no stopping this prophecy. Just go along with it. And what do they want?
Well, Gladius, like the one of the first monsters, that's what I've named him, he wants to create more monsters with me.
Here on the island.
Yes.
He wants to do this here.
Yes.
And Morgana just wants to erase Arthur, like King Arthur, from existence, so we had to destroy the Holy Grail, Excalibur, the Round Table, that sort of thing.
I see. And do you know about the other council members, what they want?
They're still doing other stuff. Apparently, they're still awake on different planes or in different places, and then once we're ready for the next council member, then they come through. They only put Morgana to sleep because they thought she was annoying. No offense, Sticks.
No, none taken to me.
I was just going to say, I can certainly arrange for maybe a safer place for you to create these monsters. These people aren't going to like it, but it's better than letting them run loose.
What are you thinking?
Contain? I mean, these people already have a hard enough time trying to keep up with the monsters on the island to protect themselves. If we can contain them to an area...
That would be a good idea. I mean, I could tell him, like, we can build our army here and then swarm the town later. Like, and try and hold him off, and then, I don't know, maybe, like, later on, if you have some, like, super cool kind of island powers, you can just, like, open up a huge chasm and, like, swallow them all. not trying to tell you how to, like, do your godly business or anything, but, like, that could be real helpful for us.
I understand. Unfortunately, that's not quite something I can do. But certainly if you can convince him to keep them there for the time being, it would be appreciated. I know the Volodny, which is these people, they fight to protect the island, they fight to protect me, they are aware of my existence since I came here, and I don't want to put more on them than what's already been put.
So what you can offer us is like a monster zoo?
If that's how you want to look at it, Mr. Van Duren.
I mean, it's an enclosure and it's full of monsters and they can't get out. So I don't know what else you could really call it. Like a monster pen? Monster farm? Monster jail?
A monster party? I couldn't. It was wide open.
Monster mash? The monster smash.
You did the mess. You did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash.
Oh, indeed.
I guess radio waves really reach far out there. Or they just have a radio set up in town and can listen to it.
I see lots. I understand. I felt it when your father's body was found. I hear, I feel.
Okay. That's really cool, but do you know then when people die? Like, do you know what killed him? Or, you know, there's some other people in the group that have missing parents. Like, I don't know if you could just kind of, like, sort of know where they are?
I sort of. It merely depends. I mean, it's complicated to say the least. Who are you looking for?
I'm gonna look at Oko.
I'm looking for my parents.
Your parents. When did they go missing?
How long ago was it? It's been so long, I can hardly remember. About 10 years.
I mean, do you remember 10 years? I can certainly think. You can let me deliberate on what was happening. Let me think. It's more so the feelings that I get. I'm aware of what happens on the island, but I don't pay attention to totally everything. It's more I just feel, and if I feel free to check it out, then I do.
Mm-hmm.
I will think on it.
Their names were Jaina and Edgar.
I will try and remember what happened to Jaina and Edgar.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thetis. I know that's not really, like, maybe something people ask or should ask, but, like, you know, like, you're, like, probably the most powerful being on the island, so I figured, like, if you're here, like, maybe I could throw it out. But I guess for all this information...
I'm rivaled at this point, so... I'm rivaled at this point with the arrival of the council.
I guess so.
But nevertheless, it takes, 5 of them to rival one of you?
Not necessarily. I mean, they all have their different abilities. I don't totally know who all of them are. I feel it when they come. I felt when Morgana came. I felt when, as you call it, Gladius. It's the arrival that sort of makes me aware of it.
I see. So...
Thetis,
if we can't fight it... Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask a very quick question. Would you like us, or do you think it wise to continue to do their bidding? Is it more pertinent to just go along with it rather than protect our home? Like, what's the best outcome?
I would not recommend fighting a prophecy. It's not going to end well. It may end worse. It's better to just go along with whatever they want and find your opportunities as you go.
Right, so, for example, can we deceive them?
You can certainly try.
Right. Alright. Thank you, your island godliness.
So, can we do something for you in return? Like, do you want anything? Or, like, should we start, like, assembling, like, a counter team, you know? Because you said, like, they rival you, so, like, I know you said that Merlin's been here for a while, but, like, is there somewhere else on the island we can start, like, getting some other super powerful, like, maybe more adult people together as, like, the rivals of the council? Or, like, what do we do?
That is going to have to be up for you to decide. You 5 are the closest to the council. You are going to know how to take them down. I trust whatever you wish to do. I just ask that, Annabelle, you remember what I told you.
I do. I don't know how to do it yet. But I'm trying really hard. So I'll get there. Can I do anything for you right now though, or did you mean it in general?
It's been a long time since I meddled in any sort of mortal affairs, not since the time of the Greeks. So I'm a bit out of practice, but I will let you know if I need anything.
Okay. 'Cause, like, I do really want to save you. I do. Like, don't think I don't. I just, like, all I've known before I started working with Willow was, like, ballet and school and my angry parents, and now it's like there's a council and I now have magic, and you're the god that gave me magic, and I'm supposed to, like, save you and protect you, and there's a lot to process here.
There is little time to think, more time to act. Be brave.
Okay. Well, thank you, Thetis. I really appreciate your words of wisdom, and just let me know if I can do something for you.
Yes, well, if there's nothing else, it was a good chat.
I do have one question, Thetis. I tried to
Yes?
ask someone about, a creature on the island that has the ability to remove someone's soul and kill them like that, and they said that something like that exists, but they don't know what it looks like or what its name is, and I was wondering if you would have any more information about that kind of creature.
Don't think that your father was the only body to be a victim. There might be more answers if you look further into it.
So you're saying to follow the trail of empty, soulless bodies until we find our way to this soul-eating monster that no one's ever survived an encounter with?
I believe in you 5. You will do what's good.
Right, okay, thank you.
Do you have a name for it? Or at least a hint?
It is a creature beyond my time. Well, if that's it, I'm gonna go chill down here before I get shot between the eyes. Bye-bye.
What?
Goodbye, Thetis. Oh, she's so
Bye,
all-knowing.
Thetis. But thank you.
It's almost like I heard from, like, before the session that you were plotting to kill me. Bye-bye.
Hey, I defended you.
It was a hypothetical.
It was a hypothetical. It was not going to actually be executed.
Sure.
Suck my dick, bitch.
For the record, I was not a part of this conversation.
Neither was I.
I walked in and they're like, yeah, let's kill Thetis. And I was like, sorry, wait, what?
Oh,
No,
boy.
it was for the...
It was a
Okay,
hypothetical.
I need to explain because now it's the thing. So basically it was like, to avoid the apocalypse, we must destroy the island in which the apocalypse base is on, because then the evil council will have to go and get a real estate agent for another island, take some time, we figure out the time to destroy the apocalypse, and then it's done before they get their new base of operations, and we've negated the world ending. It made sense.
The issue with that is, though, Merlin has already seen that the world is going to end. So no matter how long we stall, we're going to end at the same point.
And
we can
Thetis
stall.
has just reconfirmed it, so...
I know, see, now, because we've had these
Now
discussions,
we know.
we
Yeah.
know, but it was a theory. A D&D
Fair, but-
theory.
Thanks, Matt Pat.
You're
All
so
right.
welcome.
So you guys are in this, as Thetis said, the Velo... Why can't I say it now? I said it before. The Volodny. Volodny, yes.
How do you spell that?
I can send it in Discord. It is Volodni. Volodny.
Volodny.
That's how I'm saying it.
Okay.
Volodny. Volodny? I don't care. It's Volodny.
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 Ah, that's a load of Volodny.
I was waiting for it.
Do not take the Volodny's name in vain.
Volodny.
So you guys are here in this village with people on the island that aren't from the town. What you doing?
I would like to go
It's getting late.
and give Joe Dira the poem that I wrote for him, and then we can leave.
Yeah. I think we should be
Tell me-
going
tell-
if it's late.
This sort of head guy that was kind of in charge of bringing you, sort of looks at you all and calls for one of the guards. Take them home. We'll be keeping an eye on you. Be aware.
Thank you.
Alright, kids, let's go home. Yeah.
Joe Dira, I have a lovely poem for you. I'd love for you to take it and read it whenever at your leisure.
Oh, righteous, my dude. That is so sweet. Thank you.
You're
Like,
so welcome.
so much.
I do want to look at, like, the head guard that had just said, like, keep your eyes out, and I'll just say, let me know if I can help with something. I mean, I'm still learning how to take care of the forest and everything, but it's gonna be my job one day, and if everything goes right and there's still an island to protect, it's gonna be my job, and I'd love to make a good impression with you.
We will see. We'll have to see how this ends first. And he kind of walks away.
I'll take that as a win. Let's go home.
Hey DM, how tall is Morgana
So, you
compared
guys-
to me?
Mm-hmm. How tall are you again?
Oh, that's a great question. Let me look. I think I was like
boy.
5'9" ish.
I mean, if we can look at the art, I'm pretty sure the art is up to scale, right?
It should be.
Yeah.
Let me see what I
we
said.
just stretch a photo if not.
Yeah, 5'9".
5'9". She's like 6'4".
Oh, okay, never mind.
She's a tall lady.
I could get
Okay,
really
Mrs.
tall.
Dimitrescu.
Yeah.
Mrs. What?
You know, the Resident Evil mommy.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dimitrescu.
God.
No.
You had to say mommy?
This is a wholesome podcast.
Austin, how else would you describe Lady Dimitrescu?
Tall vampire lady.
Okay, but so the mommy is implied.
No, it's not. Tall vampire
She has
lady.
3 daughters. She is a mother.
She is
But
a
there's a
mother.
difference between saying mommy and there's a tall vampire lady who happens to be a mother.
And mommy just shortens that whole description.
You could say mother, not mommy.
Okay, anyways, I just
We're
wanted
getting
to
off
see...
track.
Because I have a disguise kit. I was like, could we deception? Could we deceive? Could we sneaksies? But we can't, because I can't be that tall.
We can.
All right. Well,
I mean, you can technically, if we go and like find a body with really long legs, we can just.
Oh yeah,
change
we
out
can
your legs and
disassemble
give you
me?
a few more inches there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can be any height you want. Sticks.
You're right. I'm like, what are those things? Customizable
Mr.
Barbie
Potato
or
Head.
something?
Oh, I went a different way with that.
Yeah, we went different ways with that, but similar thing. I can be like, oh my gosh, actually that's really fun. I like that.
all right. Well, let's get into the thick of it.
Ugh.
Into the thick of it. You guys. Ugh. So you guys are brought home by Joe Dira. He brings you to the border and gives you a little salute and heads back.
I would like to salute
Where you
him
guys
back.
going? It's getting pretty late.
What time is it now?
Rogers. Oh, it's probably like 7 o'clock or no, probably later than that. Oh, what did I say? It took a couple hours for you guys to get there.
Yeah.
So I would say like 10 o'clock actually. At least.
I'm gonna look at everyone and be like, sorry I got you guys in trouble. I know you guys were like only supposed to take a couple minutes to help us out, and then it kind of turned into an all-day thing.
Yeah, I need a good excuse.
I'm just going to tell my parents the truth.
Oh,
That the random, like the hidden forest civilization decided to welcome you into their home today.
They'll believe me. They'll think that I've just gone off in a crazy... Anyways, no. I'm just going to say that I was helping Fred. Which is exactly the truth. So...
Oko, maybe you could say, like, a Fred... well, you guys talked to, like, the
maybe
medical...
maybe I had a breakdown and I needed everyone to be here until 10:30, and that's why we're all out so late.
Yeah.
Speaking of Fred, at least I should get home, but Fred, you should maybe get home too, because if your mom's waking up and you're not home and, you know, she just found out for sure about her husband, she might be a little more
Yeah,
clingy.
I get where you're going with it. I really should get going home. And Styx, I know you were just kidding, but I think in terms of the Volodny, if for whatever reason everyone here in town doesn't know about their existence, that's probably how they wanted things to be. So I think maybe we should keep that to ourselves.
Oh, obviously. I'm not actually going to tell them about the forest civilization in the woods. I'm just going to tell them that I was helping you, and that's not a lie.
It most certainly is not. Thank you all so much. I really do have to get going home.
Of course. I would like to give you a hug first, really quickly, and I'm so sorry about your loss, and I'm here for you anytime you need.
Thank you, Styx.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Get home safely.
Good night.
Will do. Buddy system, and I'll point to Fred, kind of, since we live near each other.
Yeah.
Cute. All right. So you guys all head home. Anything you're doing when you get home?
I'm going to apologize profusely to my mother.
Daughter, where were you? You were supposed to be only gone for a little bit.
I know, Mother, I apologize profusely. I am so sorry about that. but Frederick needed my assistance. He had an emotional conniption, and I must have been there to provide support and assistance, and I needed to write him a poem. Yes, it was a lot. It was a lot of emotional expenditure today. I had to be there for my friend.
Oh, daughter. Just makes me think of the time when you two were younger.
I know, the sand castles.
The sandcastles. Oh, good daughter, that was no need to apologize. It's all right.
Did they get the basket all right?
Yes, we handed it to Edmina.
Beautiful, thank you. Oh, I feel bad that I couldn't be there to deliver such a beautiful basket with the jams and the decadent cheeses.
No, you were where you needed to be.
Precisely.
Needed to be.
Oh, Mother!
And that's where we leave your house.
And we embrace.
Yes, you embrace. Samuel's kind of hanging out by the door.
I'll walk up with my head down.
Oko.
Hi, Samuel.
Would you like to explain?
Just after Fred went in, he kind of broke down and told him I needed to go, and he said no, and he said he couldn't go home, and he had nowhere to go, and everyone was trying to be there for him, and he was just destroyed. I feel terrible.
Grief can do such a thing. It is a part of our jobs here at the funeral home to let people mourn. It's not a bad thing what you did. I just wish you told me.
I wish so too. Like, I told him I needed to go, and he kept saying, like, he couldn't, like, I needed to stay, I need to help, and, like, it just... He couldn't go home, couldn't go anywhere, and he just broke down. And I wanted to come back, but he wouldn't let me.
Well, you have time tomorrow. You can help me finish the mortuary surface, alright?
I will do anything you ask. I will be there all day. And, like, I can...
I don't think I'm mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
Okay. I'm really sorry.
Just never done this, so it was a little weird.
Mm-hmm. I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
There's ants in a log in the kitchen if you want some food.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna go to bed, alright?
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. What's everyone else doing? We doing anything else tonight? What's the tonight
going
mood?
home.
You
Yeah.
go home.
And I am
Also going
preparing, taking some deep breaths.
I am going to make Ramona a cup of tea.
Oh. Well, Annabelle, Ari, you guys get home. I mean, Nim's the only one up at this point. Nim lets you know your mother's been passed out pretty early because she's been crying all day, very dramatically. Your father doesn't really pay attention to when you come in and out at this point.
Perfect.
Or at least not that you're aware of.
I was totally ready for a fight.
No, it's pretty late, so Nim kind of was just the one waiting for you.
So
Ari, not a problem. Your mom's being pretty weird, so...
Yeah, I figured.
So you make a cup of tea for your mama. She comes down. She's quite silent. She kind of walks past the kitchen and doesn't really totally notice you there.
Mama, I made you some tea.
Oh, Friedrich, thank you. And she comes over. She walks over. She's not kind of booming around the house right now. She kind of just walks over and takes a sip.
Are you working tonight or staying home?
I am, I've been advised to stay home. So I
Wow.
will stay home tonight.
Whoever advised you is rather wise. I think you should stay home, and maybe we can play a match or two of chess.
I would like that. Yes. I would like that.
Wonderful. I'll go get the board.
And you just kind of play chess for a couple hours?
Yeah.
Ah, that's cute. As you hang out with your mom. So next day, this is one of your apprenticeship days. It's Tuesday. What are you guys up to?
I'm going to Willow's.
Mhm.
I'm going to Willow's just to check in on her. And then I guess I'd go to Edmina, but Edmina's at Fred's house right now.
I'm gonna go to the theater.
What about everyone else?
To the theater.
The theater.
I'm just gonna head to the church.
The church.
Yeah. You know, just start cleaning up some of the books, browsing through a few here and there.
Mm-hmm. All right. We know what Oko's doing today.
Mm-hmm.
So Styx, you go to the theater. You start practicing. What's his name? Mr.
Go.
Shit. Mr. Go, right? Go.
However you want to say it. I was like Mr. Golt. It was kind of
Mr. Gold.
Yeah.
All right.
Gehold.
We'll go with Mr. Gold. Mr. Gold kind of gets you to help him kind of set... You're still his apprentice, so he's still getting you to do things that you normally would do. So you're still setting things up. You're helping with the lighting, kind of showing you some different things, giving you different techniques, but you are practicing. You do actually have a role this time. It's just, he's trying to make sure you're aware of everything in the theater. So, Ari, when you're at the temple, is there anything in specific you're looking for while you clean?
I'm going to be specifically looking for anything to do with, like, soul stealing. Just see if I can find, like, any kind of hint towards, like, a name or even, like, a mention of it.
So, what kind of books are you looking... There are a lot of books underneath the temple of the church. So what kind of books are you looking through?
Specifically, like, archives of, like, either, what's the word that I'm thinking of? Not specifically, like, monsters, because it's an island of monsters, but, like
monsters and religion?
yes, yeah, like like any kind of like, you know, like how there's like the legend of like legendary monsters. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Ooh, okay. So that is a 16 plus, I believe it's 2 for my thinger. 3, so 19.
19. You definitely do look through some books. Some of these are a little hard to read, just because they're in different languages that you don't necessarily know. But you do find a picture, and it's in a language you don't understand, of what looks to be a monster ripping the soul out of a humanoid body. It is quite old, this text. It is very, very old.
Oh, like about to fall apart old?
Getting there, yes. It is, like, you are so careful with this thing.
Okay.
It's on papyrus as well.
Oh, okay. Is it possible? No, I don't want to take it out if it's that delicate. Okay. And it's like, it doesn't look like anything that I know or even would recognize.
Roll a history check.
Okay. History. 18.
No, this isn't something you've ever recognized. I mean, you never really totally pay attention in school.
Yeah.
And even then, you don't even recognize anything of this kind of sort being brought up.
Okay.
So you don't really know anything about this.
Okay. Would it be possible to find like a blank piece of paper and try and like recreate some of the words, like just kind of like copy it onto a blank piece of paper?
Yeah, sure. You can definitely do that. You can kind of grab one of the pamphlets in the church.
Yeah.
One of those like little pencils that they have. And roll me a sleight of hand check just to see how good you do this.
Okay. Woo! Natural 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
Plus
Easy.
1.
We're gonna say, oh heck yeah, you do that amazingly. You feel like you replicated this word, or words or sentences, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'm just going to very carefully put the book back where I found it, and kind of make a mental note of exactly where it's positioned and like what other books are around it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to tuck the pamphlet into my jacket and go upstairs to see if there's anything else that needs to be done. So
yeah,
not,
absolutely. You kind of... Yeah, you finish up a little bit more cleaning. What else is there to do? Right, visiting Willow. You go visit Willow. She's up and at 'em. She's got kind of... You know, she's still not operational to go out into the forest.
Right.
But she's getting there, so maybe in the next week or so she'll be able to get back up on her feet. But she's kind of just hanging around, making tea.
Hey, Willow. Just wanted to check in on you. See how you're doing.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm up. I should be good to go soon, so you won't have to worry about maintaining the island for me.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you're doing all good. I don't... Have you heard the news?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I'm really glad I don't have to tell you. But yeah, so Edmina's been over at at Fred's place lately, because, you know. So I just thought I'd check in here before I go over there, because I have a feeling Edmina might not have too much for me to do today, just because of the circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there any sort of training you want to do today? A bit of just sort of druid craft or anything of the sort?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I've been practicing some of my druid craft. Samuel's been letting me grow little flowers in front of the graves. So that's going pretty well.
That's so sweet of you.
Well, I know that I'm not really supposed to practice without you, but like I'm just making flowers, so I figured like it'd probably be okay. And
No, that's fine.
If I did it at the graveyard, then there's like adult supervision. I mean, I'm also trying to get Oko to be my friend. I don't think that's going over very well, but I mean, it might work. He might also not like that I'm like at his house, but I'm trying. So at least the dead people get flowers, and that's what counts.
Yes, absolutely. There's not a problem with you doing that. It's not like you're, you know, learning new spells and heading off into the middle of nowhere and fighting strange beasts or anything like that.
Does she actually say that, or is that more of a...
Yes, she does!
No, I've been super good while you've been out, you know, just practicing hard on exactly what you've taught me. Lots of meditating. I figured maybe if I like meditate, the island might talk to me. So like lots of meditating, lots of regulated practicing. I'm on the straight and narrow.
That was a lot of words. Alright, well how about we meditate and we try and connect you to the island more. You can maybe you'll talk to her this time.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Let's try that.
Yeah, why don't we... I think protection's gonna be a big thing. Why don't we meditate and we focus on sort of the natural protection that trees have. We try and connect with the spirit of a tree and think of it protecting you. How about that? Why don't we try that?
Okay. Are you sure you're gonna be okay, and are you good enough to do lessons? I don't want to push you.
Oh, I'm fine. No. We do this and then you can go to Edmina.
Okay. Let's do it.
Alright. You sort of meditate, you connect, and as you're kind of closing your eyes, you sort of see Thetis, like, right in front of your face. Gives you a little wave. As you're kind of in this dark space that you've been to before. And sort of begins to help you, and you learn how to cast bark skin.
Awesome!
You sort of are able to envision bark on you.
Cool. Very cool.
Alright. And then you head over to the Van Durens.
Yes.
Alright. You head on over. Fred, there's a on the door.
I pull it wide open. Hello.
Hey! I was just actually... I mean, how are you? That's what's important.
I'm fine. I was actually just about to head out for some target practice. Did you want to come inside? And I don't have to do target practice.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I was actually just headed over to talk to Mina. Since you know, it's lesson day, and I figured lessons were canceled, but I didn't want to like not show up and then her be like, "Where's Annabelle? She's supposed to be here." So
Annabelle, I'm in the kitchen.
Of course, I can come in. We can go talk to her.
Okay. I mean, I can always help you with target practice. I can't really help, but maybe I can learn or something.
Let's check in with Edmina first and see if there's anything that she needs us to do.
So you guys head to the kitchen. You find Edmina there. She's been staying with you throughout the day, Fred, just making sure you're okay and your mom's okay and everything. So she's just kind of there making a snack for herself. Kind of made herself at home. You're right. Duties. We're gonna take some time off going through the forest, and we're definitely gonna have some time to catch up afterwards, but I know Fred wanted to practice shooting some arrows and doing all that, so if you want, I can help you with that.
I'd really appreciate some pointers. Yeah.
And you're welcome to come along, Annabelle. I'm technically supposed to be your mentor, your temporary mentor at the moment, so...
I mean, I did drop by Willow's earlier, and she did a little bit of stuff with me today, but maybe I'll tag along. Quick question. Edmina, do you know, like, how to, like, stance up if you were gonna, like, use a staff or something?
What, like a stance to do? Like a fighting stance?
Yeah, like... See, Willow got me this, like, staff that we got in the forest, and I've been learning...
Before you can even finish talking, she's used her foot to spread your feet apart, and you go really wobbly, and she, like, kind of, like, jabs you into position, like, kind of hits some pressure points where you straighten up, and she throws, like, a ladle at you to catch.
I'll catch it, or try to catch it.
Elbows up.
Okay.
There you go. Ta-da.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know, I've started learning some self-defense, so maybe you could give me some pointers on elbows up and how to whack things good.
Annabelle, you just have to ask. You really don't have to explain everything you ask. Okay?
Okay. Less words.
You're here to learn. You're here to learn. It's okay.
Okay.
Alright. This is the most I've ever... You've been super nice, so this is, like, really good, honestly.
I am trying, which is why there's so many words, because I figure if I fill sentences with more words, it might work better. Also, it would be very inappropriate to be rude at a time like this, so... Fighting stuff.
Alright,
words.
Alright, let's go out, kids. Let's go shoot and hit some things.
Score.
Awesome.
So you guys go out and do some target practice, and she's kind of teaching you. Is there anything in specific that you're wanting to do? I know we all leveled up to level 3, so I know you guys are trying to, like, check out your stuff, so.
At least for me, I kind of just want to get better with my staff. For the most part.
Alright, roll me an athletics check.
Okie dokie. Yes, a +0.
Annabelle's anime training art.
Yeah.
14.
Alright, pretty good. She kind of knocks you on your ass at some points, and it's a little wobbly, but she's keeping up. She's, showing you some moves to defend yourself and strike back,
yeah.
So...
Okay.
She's keeping up. She's keeping you busy.
Yeah, and... yeah, I'll do it. At one point, I want to try casting a spell, and I want to see if I can...
What spell?
Pass without a trace.
Okay, so that has to be done, like, when no one's really looking.
I guess Mina would be
like,
looking.
gives you extra to...
See, I was hoping that Fred
Yes.
would be watching. I want to see if I can sneak up on Fred when he's not shooting something. But
You kind of have to do it when, like, no one's really looking. That's kind of the thing.
all right, I will save it for later then.
Okay.
I want to.
Fred, elbows
Yeah.
up, all that.
I want to practice shooting my arrow so that it splits the arrow that I've already shot. Being so
Okay.
accurate that I could. That's Fred's goal today.
Roll me an athletic, or no, that's a dexterity check. Just roll me a flat dexterity check.
Sure thing. That is a 20 modified, dirty 20.
Yo,
Nice.
all right. You certainly, it takes you a couple tries, but you're quite focused on other things at the moment, right? You're trying to keep your brain away from what's just happened, and you're able to do that and focus enough where you split your arrow, and you do it actually twice.
Nice, awesome. I'd also like to practice casting my Hail of Thorns.
All right. You can certainly do that. I just gotta quickly look up what that does again.
When
If you don't mind telling me.
when you shoot one arrow, in midair it sort of splits into a hail of thorns that hit many creatures.
All right, you can send that out into the forest. No
Yeah.
problem. It's not like you're trying to hit a moving object, so certainly see how that works.
Very cool. Very fun.
Alrighty. So you guys spend some time doing that. The next day is school. There's no expectation for anyone to go in your guys' grade. So what are you guys up to? Are you going and talking to Gladius and all that? Like, what's the game plan here, right? You guys have stuff to do. We can't just keep going and waiting around and doing things, right? So let's just kind of skip ahead to something you guys want to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Styx will probably, head to the cave.
Are you inviting other people to come along?
Yeah, maybe I'll do, do we all have, cord phones? You know,
Yeah, you guys have
landlines.
What's the word? Landlines. That's the word.
Right. Okay, yeah, I'll give everybody a ring, be like, good morning. Would you like to go on an adventure and venture forth into, the regular place that we usually go on days such as this?
Sure. I'll meet you before, the start of the place. Just give me
Awesome.
15 minutes.
Fantastic.
Are you all going?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Uh,
suppose if everybody else is going.
I'd be talking to Samuel first before anything and see what's the plan for today.
Well, today you were supposed to be in school, but, they don't really mind if your grade isn't there for the week, so, kind of do whatever you want. We finished up with Adrian Spotty yesterday, and we'll bury him on Friday, so whatever you want, you can go do it.
Okay. Are you
Just let me know.
sure you don't want me to stay and help out?
No, it's fine. It's all fine here. I can manage by myself.
Okay. Thank you, Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
During the... Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. During the 15 minutes that I asked for, I just want to do a quick meditation to try and connect with Thetis and ask where the heck I'm supposed to put all these monsters, the place that she's making.
Oh, right. Momento, por favor. Let me just feel and see where it's safe. I'll get back to you. I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll head out to meet the group. And when I do, I'll be like, hey, so we kind of said we'd go find something creepy for Gladius. So would you guys want to come help me find some, like, weird snail or something for him?
I've got it.
Before we go?
You know what we should bring? We should bring a very large stick that has fallen from the trees.
I mean, yeah, he did also say, like, I could just, like, call him to me, and then he could, like, check it out.
Yes, what do you think? It just has to be organic material. It doesn't have to be, like, sentient alive yet. He can, like, do it.
But he's gonna make it sentient alive no matter what, so... I just figured maybe, like, a tiny snail. Or, like, a turtle. A turtle would be really good. Because, like, they're slow, you know?
What about a pebble?
Oh, yeah, let's find, like, a really creepy pebble. I don't know how pebbles could be creepy, though.
I don't know if that would be a great idea, because if he's going to make that alive, and somehow that goes on a rampage, could you imagine having to try and fight a rock monster?
Right.
Good point. We
So
should
a
get
stick.
something...
Well,
or something soft
looking-
and squishy.
A
he's looking for
slug?
something creepy, right? So
Yeah.
next
So
time
what
we
about-
see Morgana, we could just call him to us then, and, you know...
I mean, I'm sure you guys can already tell I've been trying to be really nice lately, and obviously me being nice has left the position open in this group for someone to be mean, and I think Fred's starting to look at that.
Maybe you've rubbed off on me, Annabelle.
That's alright. You're
Maybe.
grieving. You can get away with it.
What about, like, a spider? Or
No!
Like a praying mantis?
Okay, yeah, that works.
What about a slug?
That's
a
smart.
slug would be good.
That has no
Slugs
built-in
would be
armor.
good.
Yeah, and like, all we need to do is find a really big salt shaker, and we'll be fine.
That's true.
So...
I mean, I'm really hoping he's not going to make us fight this thing, but, you know, on the off chance.
I mean, yeah, you could just ask your mom to, like, order a lot of salt in to, like, the store. Like, you could always say that we're, like, I don't know, doing some type of dried meat project and, like, just ask for, like, a couple pounds of salt and we can hide them somewhere. And then on the worst case scenario, we just make a salt line around town.
That's really smart. That's good purification.
Let's go find a slug.
Alright.
All right,
Can we
easy
find
enough. You guys
slug?
can find a slug. Yeah, absolutely.
But a
That's not
creepy
hard
slug.
to do. Yet you find a creepy slug. It's like kind of gross. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Maybe it's got like some lumps in the back.
Ew.
Yeah, a lumpy slug. That's good.
Oh,
Yeah, a
God.
lumpy
Can I-
slug.
Can I pick up a really creepy tree branch that's just like fallen on the ground?
Sure.
Just a stick.
Okay, a stick for sticks. I had to say that.
Yay!
All right. Are you calling him here or are you bringing it to him?
Well, I mean, I guess if it's a slug and a tree branch, we can just lug it to the cave.
All right. You bring this to the cave and you find Morgana's like, you hear some like, Gladius? Gladius? When are you gonna come out of your room? We can chat, we can hang. I'm busy. Busy. Gladius, come on. You've been busy for like a couple days, Gladius.
Aww.
That's what you hear.
Poor Morgana.
Morgana, I'm back.
Sticks! Oh, and you see her come out. Oh, hello everyone. How you doing? It's been so long. You just had me stare at like a creepy body for a while. So what's up? How you doing, guys?
I
We
brought
found a
stick.
slug.
And
I'll
a
like
stick.
shove the slug out of my hands to show
Oh, great. This is what. All right. Well, Nice. Cool. So what was up with the body? You want to tell me about that, or?
We still don't even really know.
We discovered another thing about it. Its teeth, the body's teeth, were filed down into fangs to look like a vampire.
Oh, that's weird. So, like, was it a vampire or not?
Well, we don't know.
You said that vampires can't have their soul sucked out, but
No,
the body very clearly did.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, like, did they claim it? Like, did you know this person? Like, what's up?
Well, the body was supposed to be the body of a vampire, but it could be that it's a fake body. Or some of us are saying that the person might be a fake vampire, but I'm inclined to believe the former.
Alright, well, either way, that body is not of a vampire. They cannot have their souls ripped out. It's a weird sort of in-between for them, because they're undead. So, can't simply just rip it out.
I mean, it's good to know, but it leaves us still with more questions than answers. But
So, is that why
we'll
you
work on
came?
it, Fred.
You don't want to hang out with me? Or what's up? What you doing, huh?
Oh yeah, I
I'm
brought you a
really
grape juice box.
Oh, bless. Thank you. She starts, like, jabs it right in.
Oh, anytime. I'm glad you like them just as much as I do.
They are so good, and, like, Gladius isn't, like, really hanging out with me, and you guys sort of, like, just disappeared, and you're not hanging out with me, and, like, oh.
We can go more dead body hunting.
Oh, we can absolutely do that. We can do that. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
That sounds great. We're going to go and look for more bodies that have had their souls sucked out of them.
So cool. Alright, let's do it.
Before we do this, I just need to give the slug and the stick to Gladius.
Oh, sure. I mean, he's busy at the moment, apparently, but you can go try.
I'll go knock on Gladius's door.
Morgana, please leave me alone.
It's Annabelle, actually.
Door opens up.
I brought you some stuff.
Oh. Do you want me to turn these into monsters?
I thought this might be a good start.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lumpy slug.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I love lumpy slugs. So, like, let's bring this outside, and that way, you know, we can release it into the wild and let it do its thing, you know?
You know, I was thinking about it, and I have this cool idea, but, like, maybe it's not a good idea, so you tell me. But I was thinking, what if we make a whole bunch of different animals, and then we release them all at one time? Because then they're not alone, and then they have, like... Because you said, like, they're all kind of, like, brothers and sisters, so if we keep them all together somewhere and keep them safe, then there's, like, safety in numbers for them together.
We can build an army. We make the army in one place, and then we release it on Doomsday. That is so smart.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Thanks. So, Morgana was saying we were going to go looking for some more dead bodies with Morgana, but I was thinking while we're in the forest with Morgana, I'll scout out, like, a super good place for us to build our army so they'll be safe. And then...
So smart. That is so smart. I will take these, I will make them into little monsters, and we'll bring them there. How about that?
That sounds great. I'll let you know when I find the perfect place, because it has to be a really good place, and there has to be enough food for them. But then they're all together.
You hear a little whisper in your ear going, psst, psst, the northern tip of the island. Psst, psst. Did you get that?
Actually, Gladius. Okay, here's an idea. So like, I was thinking about, because we might not go to this area with Morgana, but, like, the northern tip of the island, no one ever goes to, really. So that might be a really good place, because then they can roam around more, and we're not, like, caging them up. because that's not fair to them. But then they're safe and they can start, like, getting stronger before we release them onto the rest of the island.
That is... See, this is why you're my champion. You are so clever, Annabelle, and you need to know that.
Aw, thank you, Gladius. It means so much to me. You know, I'm really... I had a hard time with this, but I'm really trying to lean into it now.
Oh, so great to hear, kiddo. Alright. Well, you go... Do we want to go now? Like, we can go... I can go with you guys and... Or... I guess I can make them here, like... I don't know, I'm so scatterbrained. I'm so excited. I can come with you guys and we can bring them there and make them there now. Or, I make them here.
And you could come with us now, and then if we find more stuff, we can, like, bring it with us to the northern tip of the island, and then we can make a bunch of them all at once.
That is so good. Alright, let's do it. Give me a second. He starts, like, grabbing little things, like a little tincture, some tweezers, sort of different looking devices, and puts it into the little bag, and he puts it on his back, and it is lumpy and moving and around because he himself cannot stay in one form, and it's sort of like shifting on and off, and like, I got my little baggie, I'm ready to go, guys.
Alright, cool. I'll head back to the rest of the group with him.
He comes with, he's got like, it's like a little tiny backpack too, compared to his form, like he's huge. Just like, hey guys, I'm ready to go out with you.
I thought we could bring him along. I had this idea that we could, because Gladius wants to build a bunch of, like, monsters and stuff. We could maybe build them on the northern tip of the island. So, like, I was thinking, well, we're body hunting. We can, like, head that way.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah, sure.
You guys want some granola bars? I put some in my bag.
I'll take a granola bar.
Oh, right. They are, what's another word for nature?
Oh,
Woods bars.
bars.
Oh, valley bars is a thing already.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Canyon bar.
Ooh.
That's a thing as well.
Oh.
Is it? Oh.
It's a stick
crevasse
bar.
bar. It's a stick bar.
Crevasse.
There you go.
Crevasse bar. Alright, let's go. And you guys head out into the forest with the two council members that you have and you guys.
Okay. Just quickly, Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to just, now that the two of them are together and we're just kind of like walking through the forest and there's not much around us other than trees, just kind of use a divine sense to see if they're fiend or undead?
Oh, to see if if
The council members?
okay, sure. You definitely do that.
Yeah, like if either Gladius or Morgana is fiend or undead.
Yeah, you cast that, and it doesn't appear that either of them are fiend or undead.
Okay. Good to know.
So you guys go traversing through the forest, or are you just heading to the northern tip?
Yeah, I mean, also if, Morgana, would you be able to just, like, sense around, see if there's any bodies that feel really, like, emaciated and awful and just had their souls ripped out of them, just as we walk?
Well, it's hard for me to sort of detect that. I sort of just can do, like, an area, and if something pops up sort of a deal.
Alright. That sounds good. Just any dead body is great.
Yeah, for sure. Though I mean, it's kind of limited in how I want to do it, so definitely just let me know when you want me to do it, and I'll do it.
Alright, so we have to be very choosy.
In that case, I suggest that we all keep our eyes peeled for any dead bodies that are just off the path. The island is a dangerous place after all.
Oh.
Maybe we should look for, like, ruins or like, at least something, because for all we know, like, we could be standing on, like, dead bodies now, if it's been a long time.
Oh, and we probably are.
I mean,
That's smart.
probably.
I don't know. Do you want me to do it now? Like, just kind of in the middle of the woods, or?
Can't hurt.
I mean, maybe wait a second. Like, Oko, since this is more for you, like, did your parents ever like to go out in the woods? Did they have, like, a spot?
No, not at all. They stayed in town.
Okay. Well, I guess, Fred, like, we found your maybe not dad in like a river, so maybe they like dispose of bodies like in the river to like hide them.
Oh shit! That was your dad.
Oh, sorry.
That's beside the point, but it could be. I mean, we found 2 dead bodies so far, and they were both in a river. I guess if we're looking at it from a statistical standpoint, that would make sense.
All right. Do you want to wait until we find the creek or something like that, and then?
It's everyone else's call. I'm just pointing out some stuff.
Yeah, I think that it would be a great idea to wait until we get to the ruins. You know, there's lots around the forest, or another body of water would be smart. Either one of those things.
I think you've got it right, Styx. If we can find some sort of structure or shelter or a body of water, those would be good places to look.
Let's do it.
All right.
Do we still have the map? Who had the map?
I think I had it last, and I start rooting through my backpack to see if I have the map on
Yeah,
me.
you
I
had
gave
the
it
map
to
last
you.
because Annabelle gave it, so then you can find your way back to the body. Yeah, roll me a survival check.
Fred?
That is a 16.
All right, you notice that at the northern tip of the island, there seems to be sort of a large mass of what kind of is labeled as some ruins on the island.
There's some ruins up here near the north tip where we're headed anyways, and I suppose checking there would be a good start. We can always check for more places on the way back.
Oh, that sounds very convenient. Let's do it.
That's a good idea.
Should we start at the ruins and then go to drop off our little monsters, or?
Maybe ruins first, in case we find something really cool to, like, add to our collection of monsters.
Very true. Smart.
So, where are we going first?
To the ruins!
I think the ruins first, yes.
To the ruins! Alright, you trek your way. See, the thing is, going through the forest was supposed to be harder, but now you're just, like, bringing the scariest things that you can find with you. So, like, you think anyone's gonna approach Gladius? Like, they're like,
also,
oh, fuck.
You make them lonely, and then we pity them, so we bring them with us.
That's true. You made them friends with us.
But I guess we have just destroyed some of the difficulty.
I just want you to love them.
We do. I think we're just doing smart gameplay.
If you make us fight a black shuck again, it will die within like a turn of combat, let alone a round.
It will come back. Mark my fucking words.
Just the one.
It's gonna be
do. We'll level up
doomsday, and
by
I
then.
just made like one on crack. Alright, so you guys make your way towards the ruins, and it looks like this used to be a city, a very ancient city. It's sort of got this wall around. It's not too big, but but it's got this wall around the city, and there's a lot of just leveled houses and structures that used to be in here. You do find where there used to be a bit of a fountain, a bit of an acropolis sort of a deal. If you would like to refer to the plans on Minoan, Greece, you can at Minos Temple, it's just a lot of people say that women there were in a lot more of authority, and it almost feels like someone wrote a 15-page paper about just the authority of women in Minoan Greece, and it's just
God, that's such a mood. Hey, I also did like a 15-page paper on burial practices in Minoan Greece.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to
love
mention
that.
something to you afterwards that you might like
Okay,
in
thank
regards
you.
to school, so I'm going to try and keep that in mind. You might like it. But yeah, you find this sort of ancient-looking city.
This looks gorgeous and perfect. Alright, let's scour for dead bodies. I would also like to look around
This
to
is-
see if I can read anything on the walls, if there's any writing or special languages.
I would also like to investigate.
Styx and Annabelle took the words right out of my mouth because I would like to see if there's any writing here that I recognize.
All right.
And I'm just keeping an eye on everyone.
What's Oko up to?
Any writing, I want to
Oh.
cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay, but what's hold on. What's Oko up to though? I asked what Oko was
Oko's
up to.
gonna
Sorry.
Oko's gonna be kind of paying attention to everyone, but he's gonna be engrossed in his book.
Okay. Alrighty. So you're gonna cast Comprehend Languages when you find any writing?
Yes.
Alrighty, and I do believe that lasts an hour? Right? Yeah.
It does.
I used it a couple sessions ago, so alrighty. Oh, and I'm using the perfect voice for it too. My warlock uses a Celtic accent. Fuck yeah. Alright. So yeah, you guys look around and you do find some writing. Everyone, I'd like you to roll an investigation check. Just the people who are looking for languages and kind of checking things out. Oko, I want you to roll a perception check. Because you weren't necessarily, looking around or anything like that. And Ari, you can
Yeah.
do a perception check as well, because you're not necessarily investigating.
19.
Okay.
16.
Cool.
Natural
12.
1,
Oh,
but it's a 3.
Uh-huh.
8.
What did you get, Styx?
12.
Alrighty. Well, I love all the people not even paying attention or paying attention more than you guys. Annabelle, this is like so old. How can you even find anything in this place? It's just like makes no sense. Same for you, Fred. I almost said Amancio. You're like looking around, lots on your mind, right? Looking for more dead bodies. It's kind of on the forefront. Not much of an archaeologist, I'd say. I don't think you have a brown sort of fedora that you would put on to make you super cool. So
Truly Fred's fatal flaw.
is not having a fedora. Yeah, I really feel like it just adds to any archaeologist work,
It really does.
Definitely didn't put mine on at the moment, just saying.
You definitely don't have it right beside your computer.
It's definitely not on my head. And it's like just sitting on my head because I have a bun, so it kind of looks like it's floating, but whatever. But as for you, Styx, you sort of look around and you do find a bit of garble on the wall, and you cast Comprehend Languages, and it kind of talks about selling some spices, selling some food, like some meat and stuff. So this kind of looks like a stand. It looks like where someone used to sell food. As for the other two, Ari, you're keeping your eye out. Definitely gives you some vibe. Like, people used to live here. Probably gonna find something if Morgana casts her spell, you feel. Oko, you're kind of head in your book, you're looking up every now and then. You look in your book, you look up, you look in your book, you look up. And in one of those moments where you look in your book, you look up, you see similar writing.
Oh. Similar writing as in similar writing to my book?
Yes. Assuming it's the book we're both talking about.
Yes, it would be. I am immediately going to, like, jump to the wall that I see the writing on. And, like, kind of, like, put the... Because I've translated part of it. And I'm, like, still kind of going through translating it. And I'm gonna, like, see if I can match up any words or anything.
Yeah, of course. Fuck you, Amancio, you know? Talking words all the time can get a little rough, okay? I'm sorry I mentioned you think people used to live here in a city, alright? Like, I'm sorry I can't be a genius with words 24/7. I'm sorry.
We love you. It's great. We also didn't roll
It's just
well.
really funny.
So, like, that's exactly the information that you should give us with our poor rolling.
Listen, you never know. You never know, okay? You never know. Maybe it just so happened to be here. Maybe no one lived here. You never know. It could have some sort of ritualistic purpose. You haven't done any deep diving archaeological work to define that, all right? Oh.
Oh my.
Can we try?
It struck a nerve.
It's okay, Ashley.
It's okay.
I would like
I promise it's okay.
to enter buildings to see if there's more things.
Not with that investigation check, no.
I can't walk into buildings to do
You can
other
walk into
investigations?
buildings. Let's just
Is there, like...
Let's just deal with Oko first.
Oh my
Right.
god.
Yes, language.
So say that again. I'm sorry. I know you were talking, but I was like getting really mad at the Discord chat when you were talking.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Say that again. Tell me
I
what you
was-
want to do.
I was saying I wanted to jump to the wall that I saw the familiar writing and like kind of put my book against the wall and see, because I've translated part of my book, and I want to see if I can match up words or letters to see if I can decipher anything.
Yeah, absolutely. You can certainly do that. This is pretty out in the open. I would say Styx, you would see this.
Oh, can I walk over to Oko? What are you
Yeah.
looking at?
I'm immediately gonna kind of like bring my book back to my chest. Just looking at the wall.
Ooh. Can I read what the wall says?
You definitely can. Though there are some words that aren't translating, which means they aren't words. So it says, "Death calls to you." And that's as much as you can make out. And there are some symbols afterwards, but you don't know.
Ooh, Oko, this is definitely where I got to be. This building says, death comes to you. And I think that's just lovely.
Oh, death calls.
What?
As in, like, ring,
Death
ring,
calls
ring,
you.
banana phone.
Ring, 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 on the phone. Death is calling.
Is that what it says?
This is where I should be. Well, it just says death is calling. So,
So the rest is ad lib. That this is your interpretation.
yes. Just a little bit of extra spice in there. Like the spice shop that was over there, I was looking at another building.
If everyone's clumping up, like, at this writing, can I wander over, and would I recognize it as the same kind of writing as in Oko's book?
Yeah, you would. Because you've seen it.
Can I, before I open my mouth, can I see how forthcoming Oko seems about it? Like, if he, like, because he said he pulled his book towards his chest, so I don't...
Roll an insight check. And are you opposing this in any... I mean, you're not... Yeah, just roll an insight check, because I don't think there'd be anything to oppose.
That's an 8.
Man, this could really help Oko. I mean, this is the same language as in his book.
Yeah, okay. Hey, I feel like I've seen this before. Like, this writing.
Yeah?
Well, there was, like, that book that was almost like it in the library that we talked about, and then there was that other writing you showed me that was, like, exactly like this. I mean, I still can't read it, but...
I can read it.
Cool. Maybe you could help Oko translate something.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna be kind of like half paying attention. Styx translated the death calls to you.
Yes.
But you said there was another part that, like, she couldn't comprehend?
Yeah, and when you were trying to sort of compare these, you recognized the symbols in your book, but you weren't able to translate them before Styx came over.
What do you mean?
You do recognize the characters. It's just Styx came over and you were like, oh, shit, pull my book away.
Mm-hmm.
So they are in your book.
Okay. What about, can I see if I can decipher, like, the part Styx couldn't translate, though?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll me just a flat intelligence.
Fuck.
And you can roll it with advantage because you do have your book.
Oh, thank God.
Are you using your new dice?
A 7 to a 17.
You're using your new Oko dice that I bought you for your birthday? Happy birthday.
They're sitting in the living room. I'm just using online dice right now.
Whatever, alright, it's fine. It's not like my feelings are hurt for not using them. It's fine.
You should grab them for next recording.
I feel like you should, you know.
I will. Oh my God. I got a 17.
Okay. The last bit looks like a signature that you've seen at the end of some of these pages. And this signature, it doesn't have a distinct word to it. It just sort of gives off the vibe of some higher power and death. There's no real translation. It's just some higher power and death that's kind of signing off.
I'll relay that. Like, this... It seems like this part after death calls to you says it's like a signature. And it just kind of like means like it just death. I don't know how to really interpret that.
Maybe it's my grandpapa.
Like Death wrote this?
What?
What?
Your grandpapa?
Yes, maybe it's my grandpapa.
Was he death?
He was death adjacent. He still is. Death adjacent.
Death adjacent?
You guys know who Styx's grandpapa is. it's not his secret. Everyone knows that the ferryman is the son of the actual ferryman.
It's
I
Skyron.
see.
It did not click for me.
Yes, it's my grandpapa. He takes people to the underworld, so if death is calling and then you pay him and then you go to the underworld. Oh, we need a family reunion.
I'll take a step back and try to meditate to communicate with Thetis. And be like, hey, Thetis, I was wondering if you knew anything about this signature and the writing and the ruins.
Just side thing before you do that, isn't Morgana and Gladius with us?
Yeah, they're right there. You guys aren't alone.
Yeah, I'm not like calling out. Like it's a thinking thing that I'm doing.
You're doing a thinking thing. Okay,
Well,
roll me a nature check.
Well, okay.
Psychic link.
Oh my goodness, that's a natural 2022.
Oh shit.
Alright, I'll give it to you. Okay.
Yes!
I set the DC high. I was like, you're thinking of her. Wow. Alright, she's like, you kind of hear this little voice. Yo, I don't know why there were people here at one point, and like, they were kind of involved with a lot of cult shit.
I will think back. Thanks.
We're here for the cult stuff.
Always.
And I'll open my eyes
Demons,
and I'll be like,
it's me, your boy.
I'll be like, that's kind of weird. Like, death is coming, and then like a signature. Maybe like it sounds kind of culty to me. I mean, Gladius, do you know what this is? Have you ever seen something like this, or know someone that's like coming for people?
Oh, I mean, I spent most of my time sort of just making monsters. Didn't really get involved with all that politic stuff, you know?
I figured, but I thought I'd ask.
Morgana, how about you?
Oh,
What do you
me?
mean?
I don't know.
No.
I wasn't
Jason,
around.
Sorry.
I wasn't alive when this stuff was happening.
Could I draw the symbol? I'm going to draw the symbol into my book, and I'm going to ask my father if this is like a family signature or like something like that. Maybe he knows.
Okay. Cool.
Ashley,
Mm-hmm.
do I recognize this writing as anything that I've seen in ruins
Nope.
around the island?
You do
Nope,
not.
okay.
Nope. Different language. All right. So like, do you want me to do the thing now? Should I like, you know?
Yes, please. We can see
Alright.
if I can get a different arm, because like this one's fine, but it's a bit long.
Or sticks those longer legs?
Yes, longer legs. I can be taller.
Alrighty. Give me a moment, and she kind of starts to cast the spell, and a lot of skeletons come out of the ground and out of the walls of these, of what's left of these standing buildings, if at all. Fun fact, yes, they did put bodies in the wall.
I
And
was gonna ask.
It's a thing! It's a thing! It's a scary thing. Yeah, we're just gonna put Uncle Benny in the wall here.
I love it.
Like,
my
imagine needing
God.
more insulation for winter and being like, yeah,
Well,
we'll
no,
get
it's
some of that
'cause
styrofoam and grandma
It was-
can go in there.
It was more like,
Wouldn't
oh,
it
well, we gotta put the
stink?
body somewhere. It did. And they
Yeah.
did it for
People
a
up
while.
close.
They did it.
Ugh.
It's a thing. But a lot of skeletons come out, but you do see that there is a more decaying body amongst the mix.
Just one?
Just one.
Can we go up to it?
You can go up to it.
Oh gosh.
Does
Please
it
be
look
careful.
hollow?
It absolutely does look hollow, and it looks exactly like the body you just found. You find Adrian Van Duren. And that's where
What?
we're gonna
I told you.
leave it. He's gonna leave it.
What the fuck?